Point of order, Mr.
Point of
Speaker.
order, Metiria Turei.
Sir, I seek leave to have my question held over until the Minister Paula Bennett is in the House to answer the question.
Leave is sought for that course of action. Is there any objection? There is objection. Metiria Turei.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question is to the Minister for Social Development and Employment and asks, does she stand by her statement to the Iwi Leaders meeting last week that nothing can be more important than dealing with child abuse? And if so, why did she also tell the meeting that the government doesn't have all the money for it right now?
The Honourable Judith Collins.
Speaker, on behalf of the Minister for Social Development and Employment, yes, and that is why recently my colleague, the Minister of Police, and I witnessed the signing of a Child, Youth and Family and Police Child Protection Memorandum of Understanding, which will see them working closer to assist the victims of child abuse.
Metiria Turei, supplementary.
Supplementary, sir. How much will it cost to implement the whānau finder service and the family group conferences for young children, the two proposals the Minister asked Iwi Leaders to help fund?
Honourable Judith Collins.
Mr. Speaker, a clear and rational review of the Minister's speech will show that she has said that those are ideas that she's had and she'd like to get some feedback from the Iwi Leaders group, and I'm sure she'd be very interested in hearing from that member.
Metiria Turei.
So did the Minister not bother to lobby her Cabinet colleagues for the amount of funding for these services when they were approving, for example, the $2 billion for a holiday highway from Puhoi to Wellsford?
Honourable Judith Collins.
Mr. Speaker, I think I've made it perfectly clear on behalf of the Minister that the ideas that she has shared with the Iwi Leaders group are ideas which are in their formative stages.
Supplementary.
Turei.
Did the Minister bother to argue when Cabinet was approving a $4 billion tax cut for wealthier families in Aotearoa that perhaps that money might be better spent on child abuse prevention, for which apparently nothing can be more important?
The Honourable Judith Collins.
Mr. Speaker, as that member should know that all discussions in Cabinet are confidential, but I also say to that member that the state does not have, well, the opposition might find this funny, but I don't. The state does not have a monopoly on caring. The state does not have either a monopoly on caring nor on actually taking action. And the ministers quite wisely asked the Iwi Leaders group if they would like to give her feedback, which they have, on her ideas.
Metiria Turei.
When the Minister developed her policy to work test sole parents, did she take into account the fact that there have been, just in the recent years, 4 reported cases of serious child abuse, 2 of which resulted in the death of the child because the child had been left with unsafe adults while the mother was working?
Honourable Judith Collins.
Mr. Speaker, on behalf of the Minister, 50% of sole parents and 68% of partnered women with children are in paid work. Being in paid work does not make a mother an irresponsible parent.
Metiria Turei.
So how can the public have any confidence in a minister who goes cap in hand to Iwi Leaders with no costed proposals, but she still wants them to fund them, for something claiming that there is nothing more important than dealing with child abuse, when clearly her government will prioritise many more things that they consider are more important than protecting New Zealand children from violence, abuse and death?
The Honourable Judith Collins.
Mr. Speaker, on behalf of the Minister, quite clearly that member was not present at the Iwi Leaders group when the Minister spoke, but any sensible and reasoned review of her speech would show that the allegations made by that member are quite wrong.
Katrina Shanks.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. To the Minister, what is the government doing to tackle child abuse?
The Honourable Judith Collins.
Mr. Speaker, on behalf of the Minister, in addition to the memorandum that I referred to earlier, last year we announced the first wave, the Never Ever Shake a Baby campaign, supporting the ADHB Shaken Baby Prevention Pilot, the NGO First Response, placed child, youth and family social workers in hospital, multidisciplinary meetings before discharge, better data and monitoring systems and independent experts forum. And as part of Budget 2010, we announced funding for extra child, youth and family social workers in hospital, teen parent intensive case managers, 7 supported houses for teen parents, development of parenting support for teen fathers, and last week we launched Home for Life.
Question number 6, the Honourable David Cunliffe.